So, if you take anything from this podcast, try to identify those low valued behaviors and just try to change them, because I see them in myself. Edwin sees them in himself.
I'm live, bro.
Geezus. Как еще сказать? Jesus.
3, 2, 1, and we're live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of Jesus. Your host, George MORA, and your co-host,
EDWIN. CHUYA. What is up, guys? What is the vibe? We are on our first podcast of 2021.
Yes, sir. First podcast of 2021. Facts. We got a great episode for you guys today. I've actually planned ahead of time, like the topics that we're going to talk about today. Our fucking last podcast that we did, Sex Tips, is absolutely blowing up.
Crazy.
It's amazing. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. We interviewed two girls, Eminem podcast.
Yes.
They just recently started doing podcasting, and they're like doing sex tips and all that shit. So I sat here, I asked,
go ahead and go to their podcast.
Exactly. If you want to hear from a woman's perspective, go listen to that. We give our male opinion on everything they say. It was very interesting. It was a good conversation. So yeah, don't miss out on that shit, bro. All right, don't fuck up. Fuck your life up. Go watch that shit. I promise you, you're gonna enjoy it. If you don't,
you're gonna have good advice from it too.
Exactly. If you don't, come back to this one. And if you're already watching this one, we got really good tips today too. All right. Like I said, I want this podcast to be about growth. So today we're going to talk about growth, and it's going to be in a shorter format than it usually is. So anybody that's new, welcome, especially people from Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We do have the full video podcast on YouTube. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right. So today I figured that we'd talk about low value traits, right?
Okay.
So like, you know what low value traits are, Edwin?
No, not at all. I don't know what you mean by low value.
You don't know what low value
traits? Like, as in, like when you see a person, like they're devaluing themselves, something like that, around those lines.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they devalue themselves.
Okay.
Like, what are like things that you do that make you seem more low value to other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like low value is just like things you do that I would consider, I guess, simpy.
Simpy. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Like, yeah, like in a relation, or just like you yourself.
Just like you yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like just the way people think, and like the way I want to make this podcast is not just geared towards men,
but
also towards everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, just towards women, towards the transgender community, like anybody that's focused on bettering themselves. But in reality, we're two guys, so we are trying to help the male demographic, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a male watching this, like really take notes. I really want you to jot down what we're going to talk about today, because I think in this community, there's just a lot of guys that have these low value behaviors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I feel like I'm one of them too, and I'll tell you why I think like that.
Why do you think like that?
Because for not relationship wise, but like myself, I think I'm always too caring for everyone.
Too caring?
Too caring. And to the point where when I need their help, they're not there for me. I think I feel like I'm devaluing myself, because I thought they would do the same thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I'm devaluing myself a lot. I'm too caring, and you know that.
Yeah,
I can never say no to people. I can never say no. I always have to say yes. Like to help them out.
I would say it's a good thing. I wouldn't say that's too low value, but I would say that maybe you go out of your way and prioritize other people instead of prioritizing yourself first.
Yes.
And that would make you fucking low value, right? Or that makes you at least feel low value, which at the end of the day is what you want to avoid. You want to be a high valued individual. Why do you want to be a high valued individual? So people can respect you more.
Mm-hmm.
So women can respect you more, right? So, maybe the men that you're dating will respect you more. And these are qualities that are making you low value. And these are things that I've actually gone through too. So let's talk about them right now. Let's go for it. Let's do it. All right, cool. So the number one on the list is going to be people that are just too competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like people that are just too envious of other people. So like, let me draw an example real quick, right? It's pretty much you walk into a room and you see somebody that's pretty successful and you immediately just hate on them.
Yes. Oh yeah, like jealous.
Yeah, like you get jealous. Like you don't know, you maybe in your head you don't understand why you don't like them, but you don't like them because you're intimidated by them.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
You ever
yeah,
feel
yeah.
that way?
Yeah, I feel like I have before. Let me see. I think I did before.
I feel like, all right, so we had a podcast where you talked about your friend, right? You brought your friend Christian on,
yeah.
and maybe you've kind of felt that way because you said that the first time you saw him, you just didn't like
Yeah, I
him.
just didn't like it. I don't know why, but like, probably because he was caught. I don't even know. I just didn't at all.
But you didn't know him,
At all.
right?
Yeah, I don't.
So maybe in some ways you were like in my scenario, when I walked into a job,
Mhm.
right? Actually, the boss that I had on, my ex-boss that I
Yeah.
interviewed, right? He when he would walk into a room, like he would own it. I mean, he's the boss at the end of the day, right?
course.
You know, like he would really own it. And like, you know, maybe I thought he'd come off a little too cocky, but he didn't really. Like I didn't know much about him. I just felt like I didn't like him. And I felt like I didn't, and I'm starting to realize that I felt like maybe I didn't like him at first, because of myself. Because I'm like, yo, like all the traits that he has are traits that I kind of wish I had, but I don't. And instead of actually bettering myself, I'm just putting somebody else down.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
to make yourself feel better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To make yourself feel better. But in reality, that just makes you fucking low value. Like how is somebody going to how are you really going to respect yourself if you can't respect somebody else,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that's a big low value trait. If you're too envious, and this comes off when especially in males, when we're too competitive with each other, right? We try to just put other people down for no really specific reason, just because we want to be
On
higher
top,
than they are, right?
Exactly.
And it's good to be competitive. I'm not saying it's bad to be competitive, right?
Yeah, it's good, but just there's limit to being competitive.
Exactly. There's limits. There's limits. So it's like it's good to be competitive where you're both bettering each other.
Yes.
Slowly,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Not just fucking throwing the other person down.
Yes. Yeah. So definitely, man. Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. Sure.
Anything you want to add on to that?
I mean, I'm not saying you're a competitor, but like I'm saying, when I see you doing like your shit, I'm like, okay, I gotta step up my game and do. Not saying like do better, but like make you see that I'm doing my job too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
that's what I see.
The difference between us is I wouldn't say it's so much competitive. There is I guess maybe a certain level of competition to it. Even though I'd rock your shit, bro, I'd definitely destroy you, I'd beat you. But no, I'm joking.
Continue talking though. Continue talking. Don't worry. Continue talking. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm joking.
I know you're joking. I didn't even take that as a joke either. But continue talking.
All right. Anyways, no, like when we're working, right? I feel like when I start doing a little more, I feel like it motivates you and it drives you to do a little more. Because like I say, like I try to lead by example. And this is like one of the biggest philosophies in my life, right? It's where like instead of telling people what to do, I'd rather sit here and do it, and then other people will follow.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Even in this podcast for people that are listening, right? I don't just talk this shit, bro. I've actually been through scenarios where, like I said, I've been envious of other people, right?
Yeah.
And I can recognize, and through self-awareness and recognizing that in myself, now I can take steps to change that. And I've done that, right? Where I'm not so competitive, where I'm not trying to just put you down. I'm trying to create an environment where it's like, yo, I'm trying to motivate you, but not by telling you, yo, Edwin, you're slacking.
Yeah.
Instead of telling you you're slacking, I just do more. And then I show it to you, and not in a show-offy way, as in, yo, bro, look what we can do. Like, this is how we can improve. And then guess what? We do better, right?
Yes, sir.
Like, do you feel like you feel motivated after that?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm like, okay, I got to step up my game. Like, instead of like give me a podcast in 1 week, I got to give you a podcast in a day.
Exactly. And I fucking love, I love when you work hard like that, bro. So just reiterating that real quick is number one, just being envious of other people. All right. You're a low valued individual if you get jealous of somebody else's success for no real reason. You just start hating on other people. That makes you a hater, right? And maybe you're not looking within yourself and trying to fix those things, which you should be, because that's going to help you become that high valued individual.
Oh, yes, sir.
Which is if you stop judging other people and you try to better yourself, and maybe you take inspiration from that other person instead of hating on them, right?
Sure. Yep.
It'll make your mentality more positive. So boom, that's one low value trait. All right. Number two, another low value trait that you might see in other people or you might see in yourself is being way too agreeable. All right. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, just being way too agreeable. I'd say that's a low value trait.
Like saying yes, yeah, sure, like okay, yeah, that's good. And like that. Like let's say you're telling me something and I'm like, yeah, sure, that's awesome. Like agreeing like that, or what do you mean by that?
Yes, but not so much that. More like, pretty much you're in a scenario where, and let me just, obviously draw the scenario.
Yeah.
I just keep repeating myself, where you're just being like when you say something and you have an opinion, somebody else can easily change your opinion.
And that's when you're like, he's right.
Yeah, like this is pretty much what simps do, right? What simps do, instead of when they're talking to another girl, instead of doubling down and stating their opinion, the girl might be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like guys who like play video games," and then you're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Guys who play video games are total fucking nerds."
Oh, okay.
But you fucking love to play video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
One, you change your mentality, but also you're just being way too agreeable with her, right?
Okay. So you're saying someone else changed the way you think.
The way you think, yeah. Maybe you're with the homies, and you have one friend who you think, is like being completely correct, and instead you just instead of you like defending your own opinion, you're like, "Oh yeah, you're like, yeah, you're right, bro." Like, yeah, you're definitely right, but you don't really agree with them. You're just saying it because you want to get out of that that comfort zone.
That comfort zone, yeah. That's
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. So yeah, just to reiterate, number 2, a low value trait is being way too agreeable.
Okay.
All right, letting a girl literally sit here and tell you, "Hey, yo, video games are only for nerds," and then you're like, "Yeah, bro, yeah, they're totally for nerds." Yeah, I agree with you.
Stay true to yourself for that. Then.
Yeah, stay true to yourself. Be like, "No, yo," and be like, "Yo, they're not just for nerds, bro. Like, yo, I sit here, I'm a boss. I make bank. I do what I gotta do every day. I work out, and then sometimes when I'm tired,
free time, I
got my free time, I'm gonna play video games." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guess what? She's gonna respect you more because instead of agreeing with her, you sat here and you stood up for yourself.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. Definitely get you. Then.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, and I don't want people to get too like confused. Like, don't be obnoxious about it.
Yeah,
don't always be like, "Oh, I have to be right or I have to say my opinion." Like, there's scenarios when you do it and there's scenarios when you don't do it. If you're doing it more than, I guess, 80% of the time, where you're just always agreeing with people because you don't want to get into an argument because you're scared of confrontation, right?
Yeah.
Then you're being a little bitch. You're being a little bitch boy, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You're being a little pussy boy. You like cut that shit out. But
step up your game, man.
But yeah, but that being said, I was the same way too. You know what I'm saying? I was that same exact person where it's like, yo, like I'm just agreeing with somebody else that's older with me, right? And instead of really testing the boundaries or like, because I have my own opinion and I know my boss is smarter than me, right?
Yeah.
How is he going to respect me if every time he speaks, I just say, "Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Like, you're right, bro. Like, you're right." You know what I'm saying? Then he's like, "Oh, yeah, this dude clearly has no mind for himself."
Yeah, hands down. He's going to go, I could just control him.
Yeah, he's like, "I can just control him. He's literally my puppet. I can say whatever I want. He's going to agree with it."
Yeah.
So, yeah, you gotta watch out for being just way too agreeable, and you've got to find a way to just defend your own opinions and articulate them. Especially if you feel strongly about it, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, you guys just stay true to yourself. Do not let no one like fuck over with your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And it's okay. Like for my boss too, it's like I respect my boss, right? I respect him. So it's like I respect his opinion, and maybe I may come off too agreeable sometimes, but in reality, there are certain things that I'm just willing to stick by, to disagree with, right? And stand up for myself. And listen, I can be wrong about what I'm saying, entirely wrong. And I'll sit here and I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong if I feel that I'm wrong, right? And I'll be the first one to change it. But I did have that initial thing where I stood up for myself a little bit.
Okay, yeah, of course, of course.
And then through standing up for myself and then through self-realization, I was able to realize, oh, hey, like, yeah, this person might be right.
That you're being like too obnoxious about it, but like at the end, you're like, okay, he is right about it.
He is right, exactly. So again, number 2. Sorry, back to number 2.
This is number 3.
Yeah, we're on number 3, but all right, fuck it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just jump to number 3 real quick, all right? Because this has to do with exactly what I was talking about before.
Okay.
Number 3 is going to be a guy who just doesn't take enough risks.
You ever heard the saying?
That's a low value trait, right? A guy who doesn't take enough risks.
You ever heard the saying, in life you take risks?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But what about it?
No, I'm just saying, like in life you take risks. Like sometimes the risk could be worth it, sometimes it's not, but you'll learn from it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You'll learn from it if you fuck up, right?
Yeah. Like I think a podcast, we took a risk of like doing like buying like equipment and all that. And I look at it, like we're growing steady by steady.
Yeah, we're growing slowly, and we're growing the more effort and the more time we put into this podcast. Right now, we're seeing it grow like pretty substantially. And we've also marketed and just done a lot better for ourselves. But just going back to the whole like learn to take risks, right? Guys who don't take risks are low valued because they try to live in this little bubble.
Their comfort
zone,
yes.
right? And they don't want to escape it. And that's how guys fall into that whole friend zone. Right?
Yes.
Because you're too scared to tell her how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You're too scared to put your foot down.
You never know. That person might like you too at the end, but you're just too scared to just admit it, to tell them.
Exactly. You're too scared to admit it to them, bro. How many times have I been in that fucking, how many times have you been in that scenario?
Oh my God. Many times?
Yeah, bro.
Many
Especially,
times.
this happens for very highly attractive guys too. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as guys who are unattractive. Because there's a lot of guys on the fucking comment sections on TikTok that be like, yo, this only works for guys who are really hot, really attractive. And I'm like, bro, no, it doesn't. Like being really attractive only gets you so far with a woman, like, because she'll see you and she'll be like, all right, cool. Yeah, he's attractive.
But it's how his personality is.
Yeah, what's his personality? Like if he's bland, he's totally vanilla.
Yeah.
If he's like a little bitch boy, you know what I'm saying? She's going to peep that out real quick and she's going to be like, yeah, you know, he's cute and all, but he's just not my type.
Yeah, probably in like a first date, you actually like see how he is and all that. Bam, nope, no good. Or if you talk to for them 1 week for the cute guy, his personality is bland, damn, that's it.
Exactly. So yeah, you got to be a more high, you know, this is how you become a more high valued individual is by realizing, yo, take a little more risks in life. All right. When you're out on a date with a girl and you stand up for yourself and your opinions, right? And you're taking a little risks. I'm not telling you guys to like run red lights and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that shit. What I'm saying is just don't be too like cookie cutter. I don't know. Like just don't follow all the rules, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sometimes rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah, no, rules are literally meant to be broken, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like just don't follow all of them. Sometimes stray away from it. It's exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's adventurous is what it is.
Get the thrill of it.
Exactly. I'm not saying do illegal shit.
Nah, I don't.
All right. Just do shit that you normally wouldn't do and explore on it. And especially try to do it around her.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be like, oh yeah, like this dude is willing to take a little more risk. Because she'll see that.
Hands on, yeah.
All right, cool. So moving on to low value trait number 4, which is going to be a guy that complains way too much. What do you think?
A guy that complains too much, yeah. I mean, if a guy complains to his significant other all the time, that's like a not a ref. That's like a low that's a real
low value mentality.
Yeah,
bro.
low value mentality. Like, okay, you hate this, but come on, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the way I was gonna say it is pretty much, which I agree with you, right? When you're in a scenario where you're sitting here and you're talking to your girl, and she feels like all you do is just talk negatively, like about your job, maybe. And usually this is what I used to do, right? I used to just always talk very negatively about my job. And I used to realize that the girl I was with also talks very negatively about her job, like all the time. And I'm like, bro, like you're boring me. You know what I'm saying? Like all you do is talk, but you don't do anything. All I do is talk, but I don't do anything. And all we're doing is just spreading this
negativity around you.
Yeah, this negative mindset between each other. And it's just making us feel shittier at the end of the day. So like, what the fuck's the point? And honestly, how do you expect a girl to respect you?
If all you want to talk about is just like bad things about your life that's going on.
Exactly.
You gotta see the positive thing about your life too. That's how I see it.
Exactly. You can't expect her to expect you. You can't expect her to respect you if all you do is talk and you don't walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't complain all the time and make up all these excuses and not do anything about it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
totally agree with
you
that.
know, like if you're at a hardware store and you're like, there's an obstacle in your way or some shit, right? Or just anything in life. There's an obstacle in your way and you have to ask somebody else to move it for you and you can't do it yourself. Like, how much of a bitch do you look?
A big fucking bitch. Like a
Right?
brat, bro. Like
You know what I'm saying? Like a little fucking brat. You look like
Yeah.
a little kid. So honestly, like, yo, like stop complaining in your life and do more. You know what I'm saying? Find ways. Like, it's good to complain because then you realize, hey, these are the things that are wrong, right? But complain to yourself. Don't sit here and spread that negativity to somebody
At all.
else.
Yeah, of course.
Because it shows that you're not a problem solver. You're just a problem thinker.
You're just a little bitch about it.
A little bitch about it,
Yeah.
bro. Like, just be completely honest. So yeah, so that leads to a negative mindset, which leads you to be a low valued individual. So again, just to reiterate, all 4 low value traits are going to be: 1, you're just way too competitive. You're envious of other high valued people that are more successful. You just hate on them. Number 2, you're way too agreeable. You're just way too agreeable to her. Like you shouldn't don't give up your own opinions to cater other people.
Yes.
Right? 3, take more risks in life. A guy who takes no risks is very low valued because all he tries to do is live in his comfort zone, in his safe zone, in his friend zone. All right?
They're in his box.
Exactly, in his little box. So don't be low valued. Number 4 is stop complaining. Stop having this negative mindset and making excuses. And instead of just thinking about the problems, think about the solutions to those problems.
Just do it. Just do what you can do to fix it. Yes.
If you're going to talk about it, do something about it. That's it. It's as simple as that. If you're going to talk about it, do something about it.
Don't talk the talk. You can't walk the walk, like you said.
Exactly. Literally. So yeah, that literally helps. This is all the subjects I have today to talk about. I think that's like a really good, like, trying to better
help you guys,
ourselves.
to better us, to better other people too as well.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're not just so low valued, bro. And the thing is that, like I said, I see these things in myself all the time. And
Same here.
you know, and it's not something you're going to completely get rid of. You have to, once you're aware of these things, then you can take steps to change them. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want people to sit here and be like, oh yeah, he's just judging. He's just trying to judge people. Like, nah, I'm not.
Man. Nah.
Because like, I've been in that fucking same bubble. And all the things I talk about on this podcast, like, I can relate to personally, which is why I'm talking about it, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know, so.
And you never know. Maybe one of our viewers are in that situation right now and they need advice. And
Dude,
there you go. Here you
honestly,
go.
I love the community that we're building because I actually get viewers that sit here and tell me, and they're like, yo, like,
I seen it too.
bro,
The comments. Yeah, I'm like, no way. This is getting amazing. Like, we're helping other people change life little by little, at least.
Little by little.
Little by little. Yeah.
They are. And they sit here and they're like, yo, bro, everything you said on this podcast, like, I can really relate to, and it's helping me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like, that's literally why I create this content, so that other people can look back at it and be like, yo, like, you right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you really did help me.
Yes.
And I don't care if it's like 1,000 people, bro. All I need to do is help one person. If this podcast goes out and helps one fucking person, my job is complete.
We help them at least.
Exactly. But if it helps one person, it could help another 100.
Yes. Because that person could spread it to everyone else, and bam, look at that. We're spreading positivity instead of negativity.
Exactly. So, yo, if you take anything from this podcast, try to identify those low valued behaviors and just try to change them, because I see them in myself. Edwin sees them in himself. And
we're gonna change that.
We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. And I hope you like these shorter formats, like TED Talks, right?
Yeah.
Edwin loves this shit because he doesn't have to fucking edit it.
It's my turn to edit this.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't have to edit the whole hour.
The whole long. Yes.
Yeah. You just edit a shorter one, a 23-minute one, bro.
23 minutes, really? Oh.
Yeah, it's 23 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short. I want to see how it performs on the YouTube channel. Guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, please leave us a thumbs up. All right. No, not thumbs up. What do you do? A 5-star review.
5-star review. There you go.
5-star review, bro. Yo. But honestly, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want you to leave a 5-star review.
Leave a review that,
if it's helped you, leave the review, bro. If you actually took something out of these 5 things, leave the review. I know a lot of people are coming from TikTok, and if you haven't followed us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, because we make clips of all these little things and we just shorten them out, and it's like little 15, 20-second clips. And we try to just reiterate what we said here.
For sure.
So, but I think you get a lot more value from listening to the whole podcast.
Yes, you will. Honestly. And seeing our faces and our reaction and our hand signs.
Yeah, bro, exactly. So, yeah, I know this one wasn't on the funny side, but this was more on the educational side and the growth side. Because remember, this is a company now. We're officially a fucking company. We're officially Geezus Media LLC. All right, so
expect big things this year for sure.
Huge things. All right. And look forward to the next episode, because on the next episode, we have a girl coming on talking about more sex tips, bro. I literally she saw my episode and I asked her, yo, give me like 3 sex tips. She gave me 14.
No way, really?
She gave me 14. So I'm like, yo, fuck this. Scrap that. Let's just have her on the podcast and let's see the sex tips she's going to give us. And honestly, out of the few that I read, I can actually say that I've learned something from some of them.
Ooh, I can't wait to learn on Thursday too. Then
Yeah, bro. So yo, if you're trying to please your girl, bro, or you're trying to find ways to please women, listen to that one for sure.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And we're gonna have more valued some podcasts like this. We're gonna have another one about like more how to attract women, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty much how to become a more high valued individual.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's more content that I want to do.
That I need to learn. Well, yeah, basically,
We all need to learn
we
that,
all
bro.
need to. Yeah, we all need to.
Like
Learn.
you know, I learned
I'm
this shit
speaking from my Sims. We all need to learn that.
from my sim.
She is my
Okay.
passion.
She's my passion. All right, guys. So yeah, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button below. And yeah, peace.
Peace out, guys.